Isuwakaba
Acquire the mistake. If you are happy, say yeah, yeah. Touch your neighbor, say, no matter how this fight is, they will never succeed. Will they succeed? Say no. Okay, let us test them. Okay. When I say, they say you will die, but assurance God says you will not die. Your answer, assurance God, lead our yeah, again. When they see it, are you ready? Okay, let's hear this song. Yami sangi mami daram pesne kudi mimposoro kuyo amimposoro kuyo. Right, that's it. Check it out. Let's do it. Cha cha cha. Ha, go down with it, some boy. Dada oh ha. Go down with it, no you me dada eh. He come and see some boy dada eh. Ha, go down with it, some boy dada. Are you ready? Everybody call and talk and do oh baba. Everybody say oh say oh baba, oh say oh. DJ Topper, let's go, sa sa sa. If you know you can dance, stand up, let's go. Are you ready? Abba Father, Abba Father, Abba Father. I say, Onba is the God that answered by fire. Onba is the God. I say. Let's go, do this one. But I saw All right, thank you. Put your hands together for him. Put your hands together. I'm gonna clap for him now. Encourage him. You know Sabi sing, you know Sabi dance, you know Sabi clap too.
Generator na the one where you go buy for carton come keep. Either you press your hand, it go start. Or you drag am. That is generator. Jane! Say God forbid Jane. Say God forbid Jane.
Welcome back if you're just joining us. This is still the Morning Star Breakfast show brought to you by Star Cross Television. My name is Ruth Abu and I'm still here with Sister P. Smith and Brother David Eric. So without much ado, I would like to introduce the topic of today's discussion, which is tithe. Tithe, I like to take that again. Tithe. Over time, we have been told that it is very, very important to, give 10% of everything you receive, whether it be salary, whether it be a gift, whatever it is somebody gives to you, it is very, very expedient of you to give 10% to the one who made a way for you to get that in the first place. So today we are going to be talking about tithe payment. All right, so I'd like to start with Brother David Eric. What is tithe?
All right, so I think this is not a new thing, but it is we reminding our audience that it is very good to know that you have to come back to the beginning as it was before. The tithe payment is as old as possible. It started in the last Advent down to this point, and our father has also made emphasis on it. It is the giving out of 10% of everything you have earned in a particular month, or your incomes you get in a particular period of time. It is always necessary for you to give back. It is not an obligation, but it's a means of showing gratitude and a thankful heart to God Almighty for the things He has done for you, because you cannot pay Him, you cannot give Him anything that He wants, but it's a means of showing gratitude and that you believe sincerely and you are on the premises that He is protecting you, He's giving you mercy, He's giving you grace. So this is a period whereby we show gratitude to our Maker, and in return we still gain again, because why I say we still gain again, it goes back to grow our spiritual bank accounts and replenish for us more than even what we give out. So it is very important and compulsory for all children of God to see tithing as a means whereby they show gratitude to God Almighty.
When was the last time you paid your tithes?
Yeah, that was last month.
Okay. All right, thank you so very much for that. Sister Peace, I know you might be wanting to come from a different perspective. What is tithe payment?
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, but before I answer that question, please, this is an open conversation to all our audience. Please, you can join our Facebook handle via BCS Star Cross TV prayer line or our YouTube page. Let's get to hear what you feel about this topic or your comment to prepare this topic as well. Thank you so much. So I feel Eric has given a proper definition for what is tithe. Yeah, that tithe is 10% of everyone's or one's income or produce. Yeah, whatever. Sometimes even when someone gives you, you understand, you can still remove 10% from it. So I would like to also add that tithe is gotten from the Old English word, which is tenth. So it's a 10%. If you give more than that, I don't see it as it's being tithe again. Or if you give, it's even in the everlasting gospel of Father's teachings. So if you give lesser than that, it's still not tithe, but it has to be 10% of whatever you produce, your income, or maybe a gift, and you want to, maybe someone comes and then gives you money and you want to remove tithe from it, it has to be 10%. All right, so I want to also emphasize, because
so are you trying to say that if somebody wishes to give more than that because the person is truly thankful for aside from the tithe payment, this person is just adding another one for stating
it's no longer
obvious,
a tithe.
stating the obvious, like, Father, this this other one is for protection, is for the love, is for maybe my children's results or the feats they have achieved recently.
You already mentioned it, that stating the obvious. But
Yeah.
for tithe is 10%
to be
of what comes in. But any other thing that comes about that is still based on appreciation or gratitude to God for what He has done for you. But for tithe, it's always 10% of your income.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that clarity, Brother Eric. Now, I also want to add that, you know, sometimes we ask this question, that a tithe is something that you give to the poor. For example, I'm earning income, and now 10% of my income I want to give to the poor. And someone would say, that's not tithe as well. I feel that's tithe. In tithe, you can either give it to your pastor, to a clergy, depending, or to the poor. That's the tithe. But I know that in this dispensation that we are now, and of course, the Brotherhood of the Cross and Star, we believe and we know that God is in our midst. So every of your tithe has to go through the right channel, which is God Himself. You understand? But then to every other man outside there, your tithe can be given to the poor. Please, it's open to any argument. If you feel what I'm saying is not right, please do well to call us. Our phone line is displayed on the screen. Let's hear from you what you have to say about this. You understand? So you can give it to the poor, you can give it to your pastor, to a clergy, but for the fulfillment of, or maybe for church purpose or building or something, still seen as tithe.
Okay, thank you so
All
very
right.
much.
Can
I want to say
can I come in, please?
Yes, that's why I said
you'll
it's
come
a free.
in, but before then I do believe that tithe payment is used to do you know, some certain things, you know, keep the
In the church,
going,
correctly.
you know, fixed, you know, what needs to be fixed and what needs to be done in church. So now in a situation whereby everybody wants to toe the line you have, you know, brought in
It's
now,
all subject to our own
I know,
opinion. You
I
don't have
know.
to toe my line by giving
I
it to the
know.
poor at all the time.
I know.
Okay.
I know. So now, in a place where everybody wants to toe your line, everybody wants to give alms, like what is meant for the church, people are like, okay, if I give alms to the poor, I am directly doing this to God. Like, I am doing this, I am giving it to God directly. So what then would happen when things start falling apart? When I mean things start falling apart, you need to pay light bill.
Sure.
You need to, you know, fix everything. Maybe you need to pump water.
Sure.
I'm just using this to cite an example. You need to fix all these things, and I believe most of this is used from the tithe payment. So then what happens? How
Please,
are you going to?
Can I come in there?
No, I have to come in, please, so that we will not contradict things now.
Okay.
There's what they call purpose.
Okay.
Now, the purpose of tithe is for 10%, and it's for gratitude.
Okay.
It is for gratitude. It is meant to God. It is meant to God. When you go out there and give out alms, it's different from tithe payment. I stand to be corrected anywhere. I am saying nothing but the truth. Giving alms is different from tithe payment. It is not the same thing. You can give alms that is not 10% and you call that tithe. No. Tithing is meant for you to go and show gratitude. It is meant to go and show gratitude. It is different from observing charity. What you're speaking about now is charity. Giving alms to the poor is charity. It is different from tithing.
Okay. Now, can I come in there?
Please
Because
come
we
in.
all have our own different perspective to things. Yes. You call it charity, you give alms to the poor. I've known of a certain young man who believes that every 10% of his tithe, depending, I don't actually know how much he earns, but he believes that he can actually call a priest and, you know, give that to, like, without any other person knowing. That's just between him and the priest. And I see nothing wrong with that. So that's why I said this is an open conversation. Please do call us. Let's hear from you. All right? So I see nothing wrong with that. Now, yes, that's why I said we are all subject to our own perspective.
Yeah.
Tithes can be, or tithe strictly, is used for church development.
Yes.
No problem. I mean, in some other places who do not believe that, oh, yes, God is in our midst and all of that. So when they go to give their tithes and all of that, they believe that, okay, it's being used for development or whatever that you have to do. You understand? They'll go give it to the clergy there or to the pastor, depending. So if you're giving it to the poor, I see nothing wrong with it. You don't call it, what you call charity is still there. Do you understand? No, we are subject to our own perspective. What you call charity is still there. But now what you feel like, oh God, okay, I want to give that. Do you understand? it's still okay. So that's what I have to say.
Okay, let me come in from there. Now, I do understand that.
Eric, you have to argue about this because
I am
don't
saying-
listen to
I
us.
am
Eric,
not,
so we are
I am not
opposite.
arguing. I'm
Yeah,
saying,
we
I
are
am
subject
saying,
to our own opinion.
no, at this point in time, I said I will not mislead our audience. I'm saying nothing but the truth.
Okay.
Tithing has a purpose. When a man goes out to do charity, give alms to the poor, is different from doing tithing. It's a different thing. It's two different things entirely. I'm stating the obvious. It's two different things. Depends on the mindset. You go out there to give alms to the poor and the needy is a very different thing from paying your tithe. Imagine you giving alms to the poor maybe on a daily basis. Will you call that tithing?
No.
Fine. All right.
That's on a daily basis.
Okay.
now.
Let me come in from there. Let me come in from
Okay.
there. We are all entitled to our opinions. Yeah. So if you're watching us and you feel we are not really making so much sense, I feel it's your place to call in. Our phone number is displayed on your screen. Do well to call in to put us back on track. All right. So to you, Sister Peace Smith,
Yeah.
you have talked about giving money or appreciating the priests. Yes.
I didn't use the word appreciate.
What was the word?
She said she has a certain friend or a certain man who normally, on a closed doors, give money to the
That
priest.
is an appreciation.
Okay.
Now you appreciate the priest, and then there is another one called tithe. If I am in a Bethel and you come give me money, like that is mine. You are giving me. I have my needs. All right. I have my needs, and without telling anyone, I will quickly put the money into usage. I would pay my 10%
From that money,
from the money
still
you have
gotten.
given to me. For example, you gave me 10,000 naira. I would quickly take out 1,000 naira, and go pay my tithe. And then the other...
That's because in the kingdom here, we
am-
believe that
I'm
you can
not
actually, I'm sorry, please, there is a tithe box you can actually pay your tithe to, right? That's why I said in every scenario, we have a different understanding.
No, I need to... I don't think you are really
I'm
understanding
being generalistic at this
what
point.
you said here. You've talked about giving, appreciating the priest,
Okay.
and then I feel like you think this is tithe payment. It is not tithe payment because I am going to use it for what concerns me. Do you understand? And if I can still decide and say, okay, the pumping machine is bad, let me fix it. But this is from the Bethel is not going to record it.
Sure.
They are not going to record it because I didn't ask them for money that they would record. The financial secretary will record and said the priest asked for so money to fix so thing in the Bethel. Now let us come back to tithe payment. Tithe is, before you use money for tithe to fix anything in the Bethel, in fact, it's not even one person that opens the tithe box. Are you aware that up to 3 people are present before the tithe box is being opened? Yeah, and not one person holds the key. About 2 or 3 people
The
hold.
administrator, the priest, and
Exactly.
Okay.
Now you give me an appreciation, like I love what you do. Father has used, Father, you have really allowed the Father to use you. The prayer you did the other day, this is the testimony I have, and I'm coming to appreciate you. Please accept this token. That is for me. And according to you, nobody was there behind closed doors, right? I'll still pay my tithe. So that is not tithe payment. That is an appreciation which has nothing.
I still hold my ground. That's why our
Okay.
phone line is open, because
Okay.
we can't all agree on one spot.
Okay.
So the phone line is open. Please do well to call us
Sister,
in.
please,
Let's hear from
Sister,
you.
please just tell me your ground. Your ground is that when you give alms to the poor, it's the same thing as
There is a
tithing.
different thing about
No, I
giving
need to
alms.
get it straight.
Listen, I also accept or agree to the part that, or to the fact that tithe is 1%, or is the 10%
10%,
of
yeah.
whatever you want to give, or whatever you're doing, either your income or your produce, or maybe a gift or something. But now I feel the argument here is that I feel to some person, let's say we can share it amongst 3 scenarios where you have to take it to the church for the church development. Then if you are not in a space where you can actually take it to the church, you can also give it to the poor. Or you can also give it to the clergy, someone who does God's work, depending on what scenario you want to understand or share, decide to do it. It all goes back to God. Because
No, sister, please just put
all right,
it.
can we proceed?
No,
So I
no,
will
no,
not have.
we cannot.
no,
We
we
cannot
cannot say it's
proceed.
possible.
Okay,
not
at
been
this point,
solved.
I agree
cannot-
with both of you.
No,
I agree with both
no,
of you.
we
But I
cannot.
would
We
still want
can
our
see.
audience. I would still want our audience to call in. At
Yeah.
this point, I agree with both
No,
of you.
sister,
no,
please.
no.
That is not how it's being done. Okay, now let me just rephrase our
Yes,
mind now.
please.
When God created us in the book of Genesis, if I'm not mistaken, yes, man made a covenant with God, saying that, Father, anything you give to me, I will be returning 10% of it. That's why I say tithe is as old as time.
Yeah.
This is where it all emanated from.
Ancient
There was
Israel.
nowhere recorded that when you're giving alms to the poor or you're giving to the clergy, it is 10%. You have rightly said, I can see the good works of what a priest is doing in the Bethel, and I just come today, I'm in a good mood. I say, well, Father has blessed me. Let me also bless the life of the priest. Father has blessed me. Let me bless the needy, bless those who cannot provide for themselves. It is not me giving tithe. It is me also showing appreciation
Yes, you
or
are
want to help them. But me going for tithe, it is holistically removing 10%, which
do what?
to pay this tithe
Pay it
directly.
how? Pay it
Our
how?
Father has given us the right means in the kingdom of Brother Christ. Remember, we are to teach the world and show them the right ways. Most persons often do make these mistakes and say they are giving money to the poor and the needy, thinking that they are paying their tithe. It is different. They have to have this knowledge and have this acceptance that, yes, you have to go to the Bethel, kneel down in front of the altar and knock your head and thank the Father and pay your tithe directly by yourself.
in a situation-
Imagine you now, sorry
In
to
a-
cut you,
okay.
imagine
Allow
you now,
him to
you
land
do
his
not have
words.
the opportunity to know whether the priest you're giving your money to pay the tithe is paying your tithe for you. Do you think you're paying your tithe? Imagine
That's another case. where
Imagine
people-
you send
people pass through
you
priests
send let me
to pay
say
tithe.
you're earning 1,000 naira and you send 100 naira to the priest and tell him, please pay this money for me for my tithe, and the priest is faced with another daily man to say, oh, I have a problem in my house, and he uses the money to handle his own situation, and you're claiming that you've paid your tithe for that particular month and you feel that you're justified. No, you have to come by yourself and pay your
So
tithe.
in a situation, sorry,
All
let me
right,
still
please go
continue
on.
because I still want you to answer this.
No problem.
In a situation where you're not a BCS member, then you are off. Remember, we are all, when we are seated here, we are representing both, or whatever we are saying should be revolving around the Hobbit. I don't know if you get
Yes,
my
I
point.
get your point.
So now, in a situation where you are not a BCS member, remember, Brotherhood of the Cross and Side is the last bus stop.
Yeah.
That one day all men will come to recognize it. But now we still have the Father's children all over different denominations. Even the churches outside is still part of brotherhood. Cheers, sir. So in a situation where you have not had this clear understanding that there is a tithe box you have to pay your tithe to, or there is a medium you have to pay, which we here in brotherhood, I agree with you. I'm a BCS member and I understand all these things you're saying. But now let's push it out. So in a situation you are not a BCS and you don't understand tithe box, how well can you pay your tithe? Instead of
There is
saying
no-
no,
there is
I
no-
don't have to pay the tithe at that point.
Let me give a clarity
Okay,
now.
please.
I have attended some few
Yeah,
by
exactly.
invitation.
Yeah.
Now I understand they have what they call offering and they have what they call tithe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So who takes the tithe at that point?
Now, see, there's one thing we need to understand, that Father has kept people, or God has kept people in this place to manage these particular things. Now, the issue of tithe, once you pay your tithe, those in charge of it are meant to use it to carry out those things that the church are meant to do. It does not have to do with the individual. But you as an individual, your tax or your mandate or the commandment given to you or the covenant you're entering with God is that you have to show a heart of gratitude by sending in 10% of what is your income back to your creator. It is compulsory, it is mandatory. Now, for all those who are misleading persons or misleading people to come and give them their tithe, there is always a reward for them. Because if you do not direct somebody the right way, on the right path for the person to follow, there's always a reward for you for misleading people. So it is very bad for you out there who is a priest or who is a clergy to claim and to collect the tithe that is meant for God. There is a reward for you. So ignorance is nothing. It's not an
never an
excuse.
excuse.
It's never an excuse. So we should create this mindset that when you do charity, you offer alms to the poor. God will always say, most persons will say that they want to see God, they are inviting God. God will come in different forms. He comes as a beggar, he comes as someone who you do not regard. And they do not offer help to him because they feel that God is going to come in one beautiful morning star like that. So this is you showing gratitude, or this is you taking care of a person, showing charity at this particular point in time. It is different from tithing, just like you saying that tithing and offering is the same thing. Maybe you come for service and you go and offer money during blessing and you say that you have paid your tithe. You're just deceiving yourself. So we have to understand that most persons fail to even acknowledge that they have to remove 10% of their income to go and pay their tithe. That is why tithing is very, very difficult. That is why we suffer financially. That is why we suffer spiritually, because we do not acknowledge the fact that we have to take out this 10%. That is a covenant that we have already kept with God, to go back and return this 10%. But we always believe that there's always a next time to return that.
All right, thank you.
So very much for that. We are not progressing yet, because I have a question for you, Sister
Okay, please
Peace.
bring it on.
So, for instance, you are a priest in the Bethel, and just for a member, and through your prayer, I came and told you a few things, and you prayed about it, and then there was a turning point in my life, and like greatly, and then I got you a car.
Okay.
Right, because I'm saying this based on what you said, and then I got you a car because of what Father has done through your prayer, and then I got you a car, Sister Peace. When you are leaving the Bethel for a transfer, because nobody is permanent.
I'm trying to imagine what Sister Ruth is
nobody
trying to
is
say.
permanent.
Yeah, imagine what I was
all right,
saying.
we are only but working we are mobile altars.
Yeah.
You know, today you might mount here. The next day you'll be transferred to another place. So now I got you a car. So when you are being you will be transferred to another Bethel to continue in your good works, are you going to leave the car behind? Because according to you, it's another form of tithe. Remember, this is for the church. It's not for your personal use. Well, I am giving you this car. According to you, based on what you said, you give, you're appreciating, somebody appreciates you behind a closed door. Do you understand? I got you a car. Are you going to leave the car behind when the transfer letter comes that you are no more in this Bethel?
Okay,
Bethel as a priest, but you have been transferred
Sorry,
to
Sister
another
Peace. Let's get this
Bethel.
right. Let's get this right.
He has something to
Let's
say.
get this right
good.
now. So see what Sister Peace was saying. Imagine someone who believes that giving his tithe to the priest is important, or like.
Okay, we have a call here. Hello, good morning to you. Peace of the Father, brother. Please, what's your name and where are you calling us from? Okay, brother Choco.
Tithing has a direct channel for that, which is paying the money to the church. Even if you are faced with a situation where maybe you're taking this, your 10% to the church, and maybe you get to meet somebody who is in dying need of help, or maybe you use that money now to save the soul. In that case, it's called charity. You must still go back and take the 10% and go and pay it to the church. That is when it's called tithe. There is no other way. There is no other means to pay tithe than to take it to the right channel, which is taking it to the church. That is that. If you are giving alms, that is charity, you bless us. But you will not use tithe to do any other thing. That you are giving alms, tithe, and it's supposed to be paid to the church. That is about tithing. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Bro Choco. We appreciate your call and your comments. Okay. So
We also have a message
I know
here.
it's a 3.
There is
three
a
against
message here on
one.
our
No,
YouTube.
it's
Okay,
not.
please go
It's
ahead.
not
It
against.
says,
It's not
it
against.
says,
Okay.
from Brother David Ayesan. There are messages, but I just want to go straight to
Okay.
this one. It
Okay.
says, awesome submission, Brother David Eric.
Oh, thank you, Father.
I'm still of the opinion. I'm still of the opinion because, yes, I'm still of the opinion that
Yeah.
different scenarios interpret things differently. Do you understand? I agree with the fact that, yes, it's a 10% which you have to take to the church. And I'm also of the opinion for some persons, they can also take it to the poor. And for some persons, they can also take it to, or maybe give it to the clergy. It's all different scenarios. I'm not disputing the fact that taking it to the church or paying it in the right channel is maybe it's never what we call tithe. But when you're looking at the definition of tithe, whether you're using the advanced dictionary or whatever you have to use, as long as it's 10%, of course you're giving it to God. Remember, I think there's a question that also said that if you do not love man whom you see, how can you love God? That you could just, yes, it's still open.
Sister,
Wait.
please.
At this point, we are disagreeing.
Sister,
You are just running
sister,
around.
peace. What are you even saying? If you do
So
not
please don't
love,
have to
if
keep
you do
calling
not
me.
love man, you do not love God. I don't understand. Man went into an agreement, a covenant with God. Remember, man is always one that always defaults to say that when God blesses him bountifully, he will always return back 10% of what he has gotten. This is something that is an obligation for man to do. And I made mention that there are so many, this thing you're saying, so many men of God are misleading their members. Are misleading their members, collecting what is meant for God, and their repercussion is just there waiting for them. That is the simple truth. Do not get this wrong. As our caller said, if you are made up your mind to go and pay your tithe, and you're faced with a situation whereby you have to help somebody, you are doing charity, which is mandatory. It is good that we do charity. At that point, when you finish your charity, you have to still go back and give to God what is meant for God. That is the simple truth. It is a heart of showing gratitude. Imagine you do not show gratitude to your Creator. It is very, very wrong, and which we are all defaulters at some point in time. So it is very, very wrong for you to collect what is meant for God, saying that it is your right as a priest or as a clergy. It is very, very wrong. God owns the tithe, and it must be given to God. Appreciation is different from tithing. So you as an individual need to also state this once you're also giving it out to the priest, telling him that I am appreciating you for this and for that. Because imagine you giving the money meant for tithe to a priest and you do not go and pay the tithe yourself, and the priest use the money. It is between the two of you. God will just be there and looking at both of you. So you have to go and pay your tithe. No matter what the situation is, try and pay your tithe. So, but for Sister Ruth, the question you're about to ask, I think Sister P, so that she will just get it straight. What she was trying,
very straight,
what you were trying.
Look at the general public when we are talking. Please go on.
What you were trying to say was like the aspect of appreciation. So I feel, or I think, at that point, if appreciation comes, appreciation can be a car, it can be a house, it can be money, it can be so on and so forth. At that point in time, I think it's understandable for the priest to move with what he has gotten as appreciation. Not like saying is that.
Just answered her own question.
But then I also have a question.
She said that she's trying to say that giving alms is equal to tithing. That was why I coined this question to ask, if you are a priest and I gift you a car, are you going to leave it behind? Because
let me say, you give her a car as a tithe.
No, the question is, the question is, the person giving the car, did he give the car, say, oh, I'm giving this car to the church?
According to you,
let's understand. Whatever you're doing, there is a purpose.
I understand, Sister Peace. Recall vividly that you said somebody goes in and appreciate the priest behind closed door. That is one-on-one.
You're not okay.
Yes, one-on-one. Now, in like manner, somebody goes in and gives you a car key behind closed door in appreciation to what you have allowed God to use you to do. Now, are you going to? Because according to you, I feel like you are leveling up giving alms. In fact, you are
equating
tithing to giving alms and appreciation. So now, are you going to, Sister Peace?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yes. Now, are you going to leave the car behind, or you will go with the car?
I'll have to go with the car.
Why?
But I think the right thing to do is, if actually while giving, please permit me to say this because I know you still want to come in. If while giving the car, he gave it to the church as a form of appreciation, it's okay. I know at this point, when I talked about the tithe I'm giving to the priest, that means the priest will think that it's not for the things of the money is not to take, or whatever he is getting is not for the church and all of that. Yeah. But if let's talk about that you're bringing in car at this point. Remember, we never talked about 10% in this scenario. Now, if the person that is giving the car is given on behalf of the church, the priest has to keep it back. Yeah, but if he's given to the priest, directly, sir, Father, God used you, or Father used you to pray for me, I have this and all of that, please just use this as a form of token or appreciation from me. I think that belongs to the priest at that point. Yeah. That's an offering, that's an appreciation. Do you understand? And now, when I talked about giving the tithe or something, I feel whatever we're doing, yes, we know that this is 10%, but it comes from like, you have made up your mind, you have decided in your mind, okay, this is where I want this to go, and this is for the purpose. I'm not saying this that maybe I'm not in the kingdom, I have not been hearing the Father's teachings. Please permit me. Sometimes we disagree to agree at the same time, because this is a fact that a lot of persons out there who are not BCS, maybe they gather or they have in their mind that tithe, oh, when you give to the poor or this and all of that. So I'm trying to also reason with other person, and of course we have you and Eric here to also bring me back to whatever I disagreeing here to agree on. You understand? So the tithe you're giving, yeah, maybe you're giving it to the priest. Oh, sir, I want to pay this, because some person, like I rightly mentioned, some do not even understand that tithe box as if maybe medium to pay your tithe, or maybe there's another channel and all of that. So you can actually give to the priest, oh, I'm giving this for the church development, and the priest who is there will definitely know that this is for church development, and he will do it. Or sometimes you're giving to the priest as a form of, oh, sir, use this, and he might not even know that to you this is a tithe from you, or this is your own tithe you are paying to him. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from. So please, our audience is still open. Call us in. We can't all agree on one thing, but we are all discussing to have a better understanding of the issue on ground.
All right, sorry, Sister Ruth. I think let me also clarify some things. Now, most persons also come to the church. Maybe a church is undergoing infrastructural development, and you come and you support and you say you're giving such an amount of money for the church to continue the development. That is not a tithe. Yeah. That is not a tithe. It is your support for the church to continue. A tithe is different. A tithe is different. Once you mention the word support, appreciation, offerings, it's different from a tithe. Once you make up your mind and you say you're coming to pay your tithe, is a very different thing. And if you approach a priest and tell him you want to pay your tithe, the priest should be in the best ability to tell you that this is the way, or these are the things you need to do, or this is the place you need to go and pay your tithe. Not he or she collecting the tithe. Yeah. Because it is not meant for the person. So I am of the opinion that the priest should not mislead persons, or people rather, to go the wrong way. We thank the Father immensely for the UABCSP who have made sure that they have enlightened and equipped the BCS priests. I can boast that the BCS priests are sound, and they represent the Father in every strata that they find themselves, to guide BCS members to know how to pay their tithes and make sure that the things go well. So I'm very sure and confident about the aspect.
So permit me to read this. So giving to the poor as an offering. Some views distinguish between the tithe which goes to the church and offerings which are extra gifts, like you rightly stated. Under this distinction, giving to the poor is considered a separate act of charity or an offering, not the tithe itself.
So
now we have a balance.
Yes.
Okay, let's move ahead.
Thank you so very much. So right now we understand that there is a very huge gap between tithing, offering, and of course charity. Yes, this goes their separate ways, but I think going to it's still God's work. Permit me to put it that way. So now that takes us to the next question. I had several questions for you. You have no idea, Sister Peace, but because
we are here to learn.
Yes, but because now I feel like we are on the same pace, I have decided to hold back others. Please go ahead. So now, to you, Sister Peace, how did the people of old pay their tithe?
Okay, how did they pay their tithe? First of all, looking at the ancient Israelites, if I'm not wrong, they know sometimes they were more of farmers, that they had to, whatever their farm produced, to bring it to the altar. And I can even remember the story of Cain and Abel, where they had to offer their offerings to God, but it was actually a form of tithes where Abel had to bring a very how do we even put it, fresh edibles, you know, fresh edibles, you know, very nice, or whatever you can call it, you know, put it before God, while Cain had to go look for the thin the thin one to just present to God. So I feel they were all mediums. If you're a farmer, you bring your best produce and keep it before the altar and thank God. Maybe the priest there will pray for you. And then at this point, I feel with those produce, the priest can actually take it to, you know, the poor who were needing at that point and all of that. So that's just it.
So the priest said no good chop.
Yeah, at that point. But but I think the forward way was, you know, give it to the poor first before having the remains in the temple, so that people who come can actually take of it, while he, as a priest, can also. The priest must eat from the temple now, so it's the same thing.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe Eric has
Do you have
an
any?
additional.
I do not have any contra, I think, but she has said the truth, because then we do not have money. So I think it's based on your livestock, agricultural products, produce, and so on. So you just have to just remove 10%. But some people, as you rightly mentioned, were so cunning, they will not want to remove. When they want to give to God, they will not want to give out their best.
Yeah.
And funny enough, people did not really understand the end sense of tithing, that once you give out the best from your mind, that you're going to be getting this thing in return times one, times two, times three.
Yeah.
Lovely. But some of them will just be like, we are giving to God now. Let me just remove this thing and just go and give. You understand?
Okay, we
All right?
have a call here. Hello, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Brother David Ayasa. Okay.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, PCS Oga.
Beautiful morning.
Please, what's your name and where are you calling us from, sir?
How are you all this morning?
We are
We
good,
are
sir.
fine, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Your topic this morning is so interesting and very sensitive. I like to thank you for the knowledge, the wisdom in handling this matter. And I also want to say there is a very sensitive question that is, one of you asked concerning appreciating service.
Please go on. Hello, please, are you there? Patriarch.
Hello?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Yes. So I'm speaking to the aspect of giving a gift, presenting a gift for services rendered by either a priest or any missionary. And if you're leaving that place, are you supposed to go with it or leave it for the father's work? Yes. Some people would think that, which is true, that it is correct, what you receive in the course of serving God should also be used in serving God. However, officially it has been clarified. It has been clarified that when a member presents a gift to a priest or to the brethren, if the member is presenting that gift to the brethren, he should make it very clear. Maybe a car, it should be clear, stated maybe on the receipt or the particulars of that car. This gift is for the use
missionaries and brethren to enhance the Father's work. Now, there are some members that want to present that gift to the priest, to an individual, and it should also be clearly stated. If that gift is for Eric, it should be written clearly from the onset. This gift is for Brother Eric to encourage him in the work. So if Brother Eric is leaving that message and decides to go with that gift, it is his gift. Then you are also encouraged to use that same gift for the Father's work wherever you go. Yeah. So if you are leaving a Jamestown Bethel to a Bantobori Bethel with a card that has been given to you, and in a Bantobori Bethel, you continue to use that for the Father's work. If members come to you and request that you want the card to be used for any assignment, just as you were doing in previous Bethel, you continue, because it was given to you for the sake of the Father's work. That is how it has been clarified. But all these does not represent tithe. Like one of you said, Brother Eric has said, tithe is paid to God. Tithe is paid to God. Tithe is different from free will offering. Tithe is different from appreciation. Tithe is different from fundraise in the Bethel. Even in the scripture, all these things are specified. The scripture about paying to God, the owner of the world to enjoy, the bestower of our blessing. In Corinthians 16, we are told, 1 Corinthians 15, we are told that upon the first day of the week, let every man lay his store as God has prospered him. That is why when you go to Bethel every Sunday, there is appreciation. That is in line with the scripture that says, you lay in store as God has prospered you. And some members do complain that there's appreciation always in the Bethel. It is also wrong if there is no appreciation, because you deny members the opportunity of receiving their blessing, of fulfilling the mandate of God. If you go to anyone and they say, yeah, we don't do appreciation, those people, they are not doing well, because you are also stopping members. It is preventing them from receiving their blessing by fulfilling the scripture. So appreciation, even if it is done every day, that does not stop you from paying your tithe. Tithe is a secret between an individual and God to be paid. Okay. Now, even non-members can pay tithe, whether they know the Father or not, but they do not need to pay the tithe wrongly. The Father's teaching is that all companies, government, churches, every group must pay tithe, and that tithe must be paid to God. So they'll have a task of first identifying that God, and when they identify him, they pay tithe to him. All that you see in all religions in the world, what they are doing is appreciation. You see them go to give they call the mighty men of God their GO, money. All those things they do is they are appreciating maybe their services. They are not paying tithe. The only place where tithe is paid is in brotherhood of the cross and staff, where we have God himself dealing with man and blessing man. Any other transaction you see is either appreciation or business or contract that they are fulfilling. Where tithe is paid is in brotherhood, because it's only in brotherhood that we have God sitting physically and dealing with man. And you pay tithe to the being that has the power to bless you, the being that has the power to revoke your sin, to forgive your sin. And you also see that in the entire world, the only being who has the power to forgive sin is Lidoluba Lumba Obu. So that is why he deserves, he's the only one that deserves to receive tithe. And also, he is the only being that can bless. You used to hear the father say, my children, I have if I do not bless you, no man can bless you. So no other person can bless you apart from the Father. And by that, he deserves to receive our tithe. But tithe should not be confused with free will offering, appreciation, or donation. That should not be confused. And the Father said tithe is not limited only to money. To money. Anything you have, if you have children, you have maybe 10 children, you can send one to serve God. If you have land, you can give land and tithe to God. If you have properties, houses, you can dedicate one for the services of God. So there are many ways to pay tithe. Like people have children. But again, Father says they are gain gift. You do not pay tithe with the wrong coins. For example, you have 10 children. The most stupid one, the most dull one, the one that cannot hear very well, cannot see very well, the one that even if he goes to school does not know anything. That is the one you now push and say, go and serve God. Then all other ones, the intelligent one, you say this one will marry, this one will go to school and make me proud. The worst, according to you, the bad coin among your 10 children is the one you send to God. If you do that way, you have presented God with cane gift. Even paying tithe, you see that most people take very dirty loans. Dirty loans. They will go through their currency. They see the naira that is so dirty. They use sellotape to bash and bash. That is the one they will take and go and pay tithe. You know, if you do that, you have given God a cane gift. You will not receive blessing from it. So if you want to give anything to God, if you want to give children to God, give the best, the most beautiful gift, the most intelligent. If you want to give money to God, select the best currency, the most beautiful. You want to give a land to God, do not give the one that is having legal problems, family fighting, and it's okay, the best way to solve this problem is to take the land and give to the Father. Father will do the rest of the fighting. No, you have given God a fight. You want to give him a land, give him the best. Anything you want to give to God and tithe, give him the best. That way, he will also bless you with the best. Because some people will say, yes, I've paid tithe, I've done this, I've done that, but I've not received any blessing. The question now is, what tithe did you pay? Did you pay a problematic tithe to God or not? The last is, people think that in the morning, the part of your income is from crime. You cannot pay tithe. They say God does not take evil money. There was a time we had an orientation and people asked this question: should a thief pay tithe? And I think that question was put to the Father and to get a clarification. And the clarification Father gives is that there is no money that is written stealing money. We have naira, we have dollar, we have pound. There is no money they say they write there stealing money. The Father now explained that if a 419 or a thief refuses to pay tithe, he has committed two sins. He has robbed man and he has robbed God. You committed two sins. You robbed man and you robbed God. So that if you pay your tithe, whether as a thief, a 419, whatever the source of your income, when you pay your tithe, you have fulfilled that aspect of God. You have not robbed God, but you still receive your reward for robbing man. But in the sight of God, you have fulfilled that aspect. So it will be more serious, weighty on you to be charged for robbing God and robbing man than to be charged for robbing man and not robbing God. So these are some of the clarification from what you are saying this morning about time. Congratulations on this topic, and may the Father bless the crew this morning for coming up with this topic. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Patriarch Ogausi, for that beautiful analysis and clarity or clarification. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, sir. You know, you have actually answered part of my questions. I was going to ask Brother Eric shortly before the call came in you know, the question was how olden days people paid their tithe. And I was going to ask Brother Eric here if he thinks that that should be brought back. You know, people, the market sellers and the rest, if they could actually give, you know, this same, their farm produce to God instead of money. But then...
yeah, the shepherd has made it clear yes, that if you have some money, you can. If you also have the farm produce, you can. It has to be something that comes from the heart. 10% of it. As I said rightly, it is a way of showing gratitude to our Father Almighty. So that is it.
Okay. All right, thank you so very much. Now that takes us to the next question, which is the disadvantages of not paying your tithe or delaying tithe payment. You know, some people would be like, okay, I am too busy. They would keep, but then they are actually taking out the 10%, you know. You keep January, you keep February, you keep, like, you just keep keeping, you know, storing them one place, and then at the end of the year, you now pay all with the excuse that you have been so busy. So let's look at the disadvantages of paying late and not even paying at all.
I would love to start with the aspect of not paying at all. Okay. We all know very well that at that point, Shepherd has already made it clear that we have robbed God and we have sinned against him. And you know, it is very, very dreadful to fall into the hands of the Almighty God. Yeah. So we have to see how we can avoid that. It is also likening to not paying on time. I think ignorance is not an excuse. Yeah. We just have to see how we can try to avoid that wonderful scenario. It is not good. We know the right things. Once we pay our tithe, we gain a lot. We gain more. We gain more. We gain more and more and more and more. So we have to see every essence, every need for us to pay our tithe. We have a teaching and an understanding that the world will not understand. The more you pay your tithe, our spiritual bank accounts are credited massively. We get to some situations whereby physically we get to the point where we could not access funds, but from nowhere you start seeing God's mercy and God's divine favor coming through. This is we storing our spiritual bank accounts. You cannot rob Peter to pay Paul. That is the simple truth. If you do not pay your tithe, definitely you will not get what you're supposed to get. So it is important and beautiful that we send back what we have received from our Creator.
Okay. All right, thank you so very much. Do you want to add to the disadvantages of not even paying your tithe at all?
Oh, okay. My priest once said something or told us a story that there was a friend of his who actually complained to him that whenever he gets or collects his salary, that he doesn't know what he uses his salary for. But the next thing, like, he will end up noticing that even before the month finishes, the salary is gone. And this is someone who works in a place where he's being paid like heavily.
Yeah.
So one day, according to the priest, he told him, he asked him, have you been paying your tithe? He said, no. Why not you try it? Every time, once the salary comes, see how you can remove 10% of it and pay before you do anything. And by the Father's grace, when the person hearkened to that and started doing it, he came back and testified that right from the moment or the month he started paying his tithe, he has never, before his salary finishes, he can actually account for tangible things he has actually used that money for, unlike before. So what am I saying? If you do not pay your tithe, you will definitely pay it in the wrong way, and you pay to the devil.
Yeah.
And paying it to the devil doesn't mean the devil will come out to get it from you. Yeah. You see that you pay via sickness. Sometimes you squander it. Like I, for example, when I don't pay my salary, my tithe in a month, I end up saying that money goes in ways I don't even know. To be frank, it will just finish, and you start thinking, what did I actually use this money for?
There's nothing.
You start scrolling your history, transaction history, and you end up saying that these are frivolities that you cannot even account for. But for the month, maybe I say, okay, let me just do it. Father, please give me the grace. You see that sometimes it even comes back in double fold. I don't know how this happened, but I'm a testimony to that.
From your spiritual account.
Yes, it comes back. Even by the time that salary finishes, you see something equivalent to that coming into your account without you knowing. And so then you see sometimes the way it used to happen, you see maybe your bank starts paying you your dividends and all of that, and you'll be like, how did it happen? When did I ever buy shares and all of that? So what am I saying? When you do not pay your tithe, know that you definitely pay it through sickness. So like I used to advise my mom, or I used to tell my mom, sometimes I feel like when you're paying your tithe, it's your way of paying your hospital bills. It's your way of paying all those small problems that would have happened to you. You see yourself, you stay in a year, you don't get sick, and you're asking yourself, how did this happen? Not knowing that you have already spent, like, paid it in another way. Now, away from that, we have also seen where Father said that you should try him and see. Bring your 10th tithe. It's even in the Bible, to him and prove him and see. So when you do that, you are having 100-fold of that via your spiritual account. You can never lack. For example, now maybe you are no more in this world and going to, there's also a story I said where 2 persons, they all went to the world beyond, and one was living very well in that other world, you understand? And this is someone that was rich, but now he's in the spirit. He's not rich, he's looking tattered. Whereas the person that was poor, but was always trying to, remit his tithe and all of that, his bank account was, like, wherever he was in the spiritual world, he was living very wealthy, doing very well. So those are quick examples that we can take to know that if you don't pay your tithe, you know that you're already draining your spiritual account. You're already paying to, you start paying for things you don't know, and that can be sickness or problems here and there, and calamities. All of that, and there are lots and lots of them when you do not pay your tithe. Please, I was only disagreeing for us to agree. Don't say Sister P sat here to say something wrong. I have to also argue for us to have a clearer understanding. So pay your tithe through the right medium so that you get your blessings that is attached.
All right, thank you. I don't know why you're feeling attacked.
My final words would be...
I have to make clarity.
My final words would be, this is the best investment for all investors.
Okay, so before we go on this short break, quickly, this just came into my mind, Brother Eric. Do you think children should pay tithe? They are not earning, but somehow they are earning, because the mom, and maybe you are from your house of aunties, rich uncles, and then your mom, your father is gifting you. Do you think you should advise such a child? You should inculcate in that child the habit of paying tithe, and how do they go about it?
It is said that train up your child the way you want him to go, and you must train him in the way of the Lord. Definitely, once you start impacting this wonderful godly virtues into the child, it will not depart from the child, no matter how small it is. Even if a child has not started earning. I remember at sometimes when my mom, when I was very, very much younger than this, when she wants to pay her tithe, she will tell me to accompany her, and she will also hand over a token to me and say, knock your head and tell the father, thank you, and just put it, you understand? So that has been part and parcel, even though the child has not started earning, but it's good to also show them the way from the beginning, and definitely they will not depart from it. They will know the essence, they will know the value, and they will put a lot of prestige towards that particular aspect.
So you don't think the money you gift that child is the child's earning, that the child has to
out 10%? That is what I'm trying to say. You must first of all show the child the way. And definitely when you have shown the child the way, he or she will definitely know that at some point, that when he or she starts receiving some gift, he can also from there willingly appreciate God. He should not be forced.
Okay, but through your subtle reminder.
There were times when I was in Sabbath, I knew that I had to pay my tithe. The consciousness was there. I was not told by my parents that I have to go and pay my tithe, as tender as I was. You understand? So these were something that we were all taught in Sabbath, that you must pay your tithe. The Sabbath handler does their part, but the parents also have a greater part to also do. Your parents also have to guide you on this particular aspect and give you that balance, so that you will have this consciousness for you to know that you can do these things freely. Remember, tithe, nobody is forced. You're not pointed. You're not on gunpoint or anything. You have the choice and the liberty to go and pay the tithe unto your Creator. If we were forced, I think you will be seeing people, when you want to go and pay the tithe, you will see people queuing up on a line to pay their tithe. You see that we have a choice to go and pay our tithe, or not have a choice to pay the tithes.
Yeah.
But Eric is, slowly bringing in choice.
Oh, God.
All right, thank you so very much. To those who called us in, thank you so much for, making this set to be a very lively one. And also, filling us with the wisdom we never had, or, clarifying things here so that Sister Peace won't be feeling attacked anymore. So now we know that if you're gifting a priest something, be very, very specific, and let it also reflect in the receipt so that everybody will know what they are doing. There will not be fights when the priest has been, posted to another Bethel as a mobile altar. All right, with that being said, we'll be taking a short break. When we come back, Morning Star Breakfast show continues. Please stay with us.
Malaysia, go first you make cash. No be woman when make up pass na in the face you get your husband no. Why you carry elephant for head and still they look for snail? When you get everything we go make you excel. You know go fit worship God and worship Satan. So you better pick up your chest and move on, my friend. Bet kanga, bet kanga, bet kanga, bet kanga, bet kanga. That's all. Mekayan, mekayan, mekayan. Hey. Yes, are you ready? Are you ready? If you don't say you go sit tomorrow, let me see you stand up. Stand up. If you believe say you go sit tomorrow, let's go sing this song together. Stand on your feet and sing this song with me. Legions of angels are marching. Yeah. Marching in the morning. Marching in the morning to sing melodies to our Father. Stand on your feet and sing this song with me. Legions of angels. Legions of angels are marching. Marching in the morning. Marching in the morning to sing melodies to our Father. Hey yo. That's all. Hey yo. Let's do it once again. See. Don't cry. Whatever you're going through is temporal. Whatever you're going through is temporal. Listen up. Johnny was crying for a pair of shoes. Until Johnny saw a man without legs, Johnny made him cool. Don't let the devil hear your cry. The more he hears and the more he celebrates, that's not nice. Be proud and fly so high. Don't let failure pull you down. Keep on pushing, keep believing, soon your time will come. One day, your phone will ring. That contract you've been looking for will be yours. Then you will testify with tears of joy rolling down your cheek. And your parents and siblings will be happy again. Then the word of God will come to pass. That whosoever endures to the end must surely testify. Then the word of God will come to pass. That whosoever endures to the end must surely testify. Don't cry. Whatever you're going through is temporal. Whatever you're going through is temporal. Listen up. Hey. We've been endure for nights. Joy comes in the morning. Don't give up the fight. See the light at the end of the tunnel. He who fights and runs lives to fight another day. Keep on pushing, keep believing, soon your time will come. See, rest your head, brother. You don't worry too much. As long as freedom flows, everything is gonna be fine. Lay your hands on my hands, get up, let's take a whirl. I know what you've been going through, but trust in the Lord. Eyes are open to you, believe, receive. It's your inheritance in Him. Come listen. Wrap it up, listen up. DJ, Will up. Do you know this song? Ima Kenyo, Idigua Kenyo, yeah. It's your name, yeah. Sing it up, sing it with me. Let's go. 1, 2, go. Ima Kenyo. Irigo Hakayo, a DJ drop on the drum, show. In my Kayo, Irigo Hakayo, and it's an enemy of your Gambo, and it's an enemy of your Muko. Yes, destiny, oh man, you were roaming around on the land. Without cause, I met you. Without feelings, without season. I saw that you were wrong. I showed you the way. The bag of feelings I gave unto you. The bag of vision I gave unto you. That is my injunction, walk in my light. On the way to the way of the way, yeah. I remain the same from age to age. But you continue in gates like a father's plea for you. Where are you heading to, oh man? You know me sandy, who forget in the heart. You know me sandy, yo, you don't know me. You know me sandy, who forget in the heart. It's an enemy, yo, move, get it, yo, thank you so much, thank you.
Beloved, we'll be going into this category, the BCS Female Staff of the Year.
Welcome back, beloved viewer. This is still the Morning Star Breakfast show brought to you by Starcross Television. Earlier today, we had a very juicy topic of discourse, which was tithing. And right about now, we are on to the next and the very last segment for this morning. Do not forget, I'm still here with Sister P. Smith. And joining us right now is Sister I.P. Moborerex Angela, who is going to be taking us down the history lane. Good morning.
Good morning, Sister.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Good morning,
morning
Sister
to
P.
you.
Smith.
Welcome.
Yeah, good morning. I love the fact that you included Angela to my name today. All right, let's go straight to Today in History for you. Today is a wonderful day, Wednesday, and it's the 3rd day in the month of December. Yes, so we are going to tell you things that took place on this particular day in different years. Yeah, infotainment is meant for you, our audience. I can't believe that we have a segment for our audience and you guys are not sending in your information. Please do it to send in those wonderful information, and Starcross is going to celebrate you in a wonderful way. So we're going straight to Today in History for you. And number one on our list here is Doctors' Day, Cuba. This Doctors' Day in Cuba is celebrated every December 3rd, a date chosen to honor the birth of Dr. Carlos Joan, the renowned Cuban physician and whose groundbreaking research identified that mosquitoes carries yellow fever. His discovery revolutionized global public health and also saved countless lives. This day recognizes the dedication, sacrifices, and humanitarian service of Cuban medical professional, both at home and in the international medical mission, reinforcing Cuba's strong legacy in global healthcare. Moving forward, we also have here International Day of Persons with Disabilities, observed every year on December 3rd. This Global Day was established by the United Nations in the year 1992 to promote the understanding of disability issues and also mobilize support for the dignity, rights, and well-being of the persons with disabilities. The observance emphasizes the need to remove societal, structural, and environmental barriers that limit inclusion. It also highlights global commitments such as the UN Convention on Rights of Persons with Disabilities, aimed at creating accessible and equitable, inclusive communities worldwide. Moving forward, we also have another wonderful item here, which is a Make a Gift Day. Yeah, Make a Gift Day is also celebrated annually on December 3rd. Make a Gift Day encourages creativity, kindness, and the giving spirit during the holiday season. Though its exact origin are unclear, the observance grew in popularity across the United States as part of the early December festivities. The day emphasizes the value of handmade or thoughtful gift, reminding people that expressions of love, appreciation, and gratitude matter more than material cost. Moving forward, we also have Choose Women Wednesday, observed on first Wednesday in December. Choose Women Wednesday is a global movement initiated by the Women's Entrepreneurship Day organization to spotlight and support women-owned businesses. The day responds to persistent global gender gaps in entrepreneurship, wages, and access to economic opportunity. It also encourages communities, companies, and customers to empower women economically through patronage, mentorship, visibility, and investment. Moving forward, we also have here National Roof Over Your Head Day. This is celebrated in the USA, recognized every December 3rd. National Roof Over Your Head Day raises awareness about the importance of safe and secure housing, a basic human need that millions worldwide still lack. The day began as a call for reflection and gratitude, but it also serves as an advocacy movement for addressing homelessness, housing insecurities, and affordable living challenges across the United States. Moving forward, we also have First Human Heart Transplant by Christina Bernard in South Africa. So on December 3rd, in the year 1967, South African cardiac surgeon Dr. Christian Bernard made medical history at the Groote Schuur Hospital in Cape Town by performing the world's first successful human-to-human heart transplant. The operation, which lasted 9 hours, marked a major breakthrough in surgical medicine and also opened the door for modern transplant technology. Although the patient, Louis, lived for just 18 days, but the procedure proved that heart transplantation was possible in the sector and transforming global cardiac care forever. Moving forward, and last for today in history, we have Illinois admitted as the 21st U.S. state on December 3rd in the year 1818. Illinois officially became the 21st state of the United States of America, located in the American Midwest. Illinois admission was driven by rapid population growth and westward expansion following the Northwest Ordinance. The state entry into the Union significantly boosted agriculture development and also strengthened the economy of the region, and later made Illinois home to major national landmarks, including Chicago, one of the world's most influential cities. So that's all we have for you under Today in History. And moving to infotainment, we want to say happy birthday to all those that were born today. Though we're not able to get a person or a particular person to celebrate today, that's because you didn't send your information on time to me, but we want to use this opportunity to say happy birthday to all those that were born today. And also remember, today happens to be Wednesday, the last watch and pray before we enter into the December Pentecostal season. So please do well to be there. If you're a chorister, please do well to be there via your various Bethel and make today's watch and pray a wonderful one. Thank you very much for having me, Sister P. Smith and Sister Ruth Obo. That's all I have for Today in History / infotainment. Thank you.
Right, thank you so very much for letting us know a lot we did not know prior to this time. Yes, to you, our beloved viewer, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for always making the set to be a very lively one. This is to say a very big thank you to you. For now, we'll be taking a bow and we'll be leaving your sets. Until we come your way next time, remain blessed. Do not forget to pay your tithe, all right? Pumping. Thank you so very much, Sister P. Smith.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Sister Ebimobore Rex. Till we come your way next time, remain blessed. Adios, amigos.